Hey everyone, Sean from Cross RC. So to continue in my show off of my collection a little bit, this is a Tamiya Wild Willie. Now for those of you that know, the Wild Willie is typically rear wheel drive. This is on a GF01 chassis, which is four wheel drive, which means it handles exactly the same. You still can't keep the front end on the ground. It still wheelies like a mad little vehicle. Super fun. I didn't build this. Kudos to the guy who did. A lot of aluminum parts on it. Anyway, that's not why we are here today. We are here today because of this. This is your XT4 build manual. Now we've had 3 or 4 people bring this to our attention, either concerned over it or just clarifying, which is not bad considering we've sold well over 20 trucks. To have less than a handful of people question it means most people have caught onto it or glossed past it so fast in the build that they didn't even care. What am I referring to? Well, if we go to page 23 and page 6, on page 6, bag H is your suspension eyelets and shock eyelets parts tree. There's 2 of these in the bag. So you have all of these little eyelets you clip off to build your suspension links in bag G and your shock eyelet ends. Well, the problem is the actual parts bag itself lists the part number for the eyelets as 223903. When you get to the actual suspension or shock building page 23, it lists the part number as 200103. The reason for this page is exactly the same as the old Demon page from the Demon manual, such as the SG, SR, SU, FR, KR, VR. Those are all going to be the exact same build page, because the shock really hasn't changed for those vehicles. So this part number, the 200103, is the old Demon part number, whereas the AT4, XT4, JT4 use this 223903 number. Even though in reality I can take this parts tree off the shelf and I can take the parts tree for a Demon off the shelf. They're identical. There's no difference between them at all. The suspension links have changed. A couple other things, obviously. Part numbers have changed, but for the most part, it is the same piece. So when you come to this page and you see this part number, just rest assured, when you're looking at bag H and you start pulling out your suspension eyelets to build the kit, these are the correct pieces. There's no need to call us or email us or worry that we didn't send you the correct part or you are missing something. You're not. It was a oversight when we, I guess, verified and double checked that the build manual was correct, because one of the first things we have to do when these build manuals first started coming out was correct the English grammar so that it was readable. In a lot of cases, you would look at the wording and it was just lost in translation, literally. There was no way you could understand what it was, so we had to spend quite a bit of time getting that done. And in this particular case, this is one page that didn't get that done. So, just a minor thing, but wanted to point it out. Also wanted to bring to everyone's attention something else. On the XT4, JT4, and AT4, if you purchase the brass diff covers, and we also know about this, it was brought to our attention originally with the first AT4 we sold, and a couple of guys mentioned it at that time. The guy who built our XT4 at the store mentioned it. When you install the brass diff covers, the hole that the shift cable goes into is a little on the small side and literally needs to be drilled out maybe one size larger. Also, more often than not, there is a lot of burring from the brass inside the hole. so you may not be able to get the cable through unless you do run a drill through it. Just some minor cleanup. Once that's done and you lubricate the channel the shift fork goes into, you shouldn't have any issues. Everything should be smooth in operation with no worries of binding or the cable getting caught or not actually going into the diff cover. But just wanted to point that out as well, just so everybody's aware. If you order the brass diff covers, there may be a little bit of maintenance to get them installed, minor at best. But just wanted to bring that to your attention as well. And if there is anything else anybody notices or has questions about in any of the manuals, please let me know in the comment section. YouTube typically lets me know when I have a comment on there. Sometimes it doesn't. I will try to take care of that. We are relaying the part number discrepancy and the diff cover issue back to Cross to have those fixed, so that at hopefully soon they will go through and correct that, or on the next manuals for whatever next truck might come out, the part number is corrected in the manual fully so that there's no questions or discrepancies like this again. But again, if you guys catch anything, please let us know. We try to do the best we can to get you a quality manual for a quality kit. It is it's not always going to be perfect, but we're trying. But anyway, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let us know, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.